Dear viewers, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I'm glad you're well from wherever you watch this channel. Now, as usual, I always like to start by thanking so much everybody who is supporting this channel. If you wish to support us, just subscribe to our channel and then give this video a like. So, dear viewers, you see, yesterday we did our final analysis of the day, where we touched on that trip of William Samoei Ruto in Israel. Then one of my subscribers shared something very, very important to me, and it reminded me that that could have been a reason why William Ruto made that indirect trip to Israel. So there could have been a reason why he went to meet Benjamin Netanyahu. Some people say it's all about security issues. Some say he had gone there to seek advice on how to deal with opposition. You see, there has been a similarity between Israel and Kenya. And that is in how these peaceful demonstrations have always been handled. So there are two similarities that I've noticed in Israel. One is that the opposition leader of Israel at the moment is the former Prime Minister Yair Lapid. That is one thing that I've noticed that is quite similar with Kenya. Kenya, former Prime Minister Raila Amolo Odinga, who is according to law now the opposition leader, is also leading a mass protest here in Kenya, a peaceful one. So the two countries have what we call mass protest. There is something I'd like to share with you about TAL and ANAN, but let me just first of all give you this similarity between the two countries. So in matters of opposition leader and former Prime Minister Yair Lapid, it is alleged that the opposition leader and former Prime Minister Yair Lapid has dismissed Mr. Netanyahu's promises as lies. He told Netanyahu that stop the attempt to turn us into an undemocratic country. That is what Mr. Lapid urged the Prime Minister. He went further and said, listen to the hundreds of thousands of loyal patriots who took to the streets. So that statement, again, it is almost the same as the statement that Raila Amolo Odinga has been echoing, that listen to the people, listen to demonstrators, listen to the call to lower high cost of living, listen to the call of these mamambogas, the bodabodas, and the mtu wa mkokoteni, just like what William Ruto used to say during the campaigns, that those are the people he is giving priority to. So in Kenya, Raila is also a former prime minister, like I said, and he has also dismissed Ruto as a liar who would want Kenyans to ascend to power through fishermen. Raila has also called for demos numerous times to force the government to heed to certain demands and stick to manifesto, which included reducing the high cost of living. That is why I find that there is a similarity between Kenya and Israel. And its biggest similarity is now how the opposition leader, who is the former prime minister, is handling matters in Israel, because it's through demonstrations. The same to Kenya. Raila Amolo Odinga, who is to Azimio, is the president, but to Katiba hiyo ya Kenya, he is the opposition leader and the former prime minister. Him also is taking the route of maandamano to deal with the government. Let's go a notch higher in doing comparison between the two countries again. There is also the issue of a law which Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is forced on the citizens of Israel. Whereas in Kenya, there was a time the Uda people wanted to attempt to change the term limit law, which suffered a huge setback thanks to Raila Amolo Odinga's political strength. So in Israel, Attorney General can declare the Prime Minister unfit to hold office. So that law has been changed. The law says now, the new law stipulates that only the Prime Minister, all 3/4 of their cabinet, can declare them unfit to hold office on physical or psychological grounds. I don't know whether William Ruto has gone there to borrow these ideas on how to curb curb judiciary, so that the judiciary cannot strike down legislation made by our National Assembly, because the judiciary here has powers to do that, to curb it. It has powers to curb it. I don't know, but here in Kenya, you see, there's a time the little-known Fafi MP, that is Salah Yakub, said that some UDA lawmakers were working on a constitutional amendment bill to replace the two-term limit with an age limit of 75 years. You remember that debate last year, the narrative about age limit to be capped at 78, but the term limit to be removed. The idea here was very simple: to lock out Raila Amolo Odinga from ever contesting in these general elections, because Raila Amolo Odinga's age, if you to curb the presidency at 75, 78 years there, then that means Raila Amolo Odinga will never contest, and it will give Rigathi Gachagua an easy time to contest. But it will lock out people like, I think people like Kalonzo Musyoka and the likes of Musalia Mudavadi. Those are people who will be locked. They will never ascend to power too. Even though we know that Musalia Mudavadi will never be the president of this Republic of Kenya, but he will be locked out from that bill. So the bill was to prepare Rigathi Gachagua for ascending to power, or Kithure Kindiki, that is after William Ruto retires. There is also this issue of TAL ANAN expose. I don't know whether I should remind you about the incident in, I think, early this year, early February there, where the issue of TAL ANAN was exposed, where a consortium of journalists paid TAL ANAN visit. You know, by the way, TAL ANAN masquerades as George. That is as George. That's Georg. That's a GE. That's the name he uses to conceal the true identity. So this consortium of journalists paid him a visit, and then they looks like they wanted some service from TAL ANAN. But then TAL ANAN had to defend himself that he's capable of that work, because it was a multi-million dollar task, assignment. So he had to prove to them that he's capable. So what the mistake he did is that he used the Kenyan example to show how he used to hack accounts, and that already indicated that he could have been involved in some of those hacking claims that have been there here in Kenya. So TAL ANAN was exposed. I don't know, but I'm just thinking, because TAL ANAN meddled in elections and was named as the mastermind behind the Israeli operation, which runs a sophisticated software known as AIMS, that is capable of hacking social media accounts of senior government officials and of easily creating networks of up to 30,000 propaganda bots on social media. Elections in Kenya was one that had a lot of propaganda from Itumbi's camp. That general election had too much propaganda to an extent that it was causing too much confusion. So the work of TAL ANAN was seen in that kind of confusion that that was exposed there, ladies and gentlemen. So, dear viewers, I'm just suspecting that William Ruto could have gone there to either meet TAL ANAN and get the facts, or meet Benjamin Netanyahu and get a bigger understanding on how to deal with the opposition. I don't know, but I suspect that this could be some of those things that could be happening in that trip. So, dear viewers, can you tell us below in the comment section there, what do you think about that move? Do you agree with my point that it could be possible that William Ruto went there for that purpose, for TAL ANAN issue? Can you tell us below the comment section? And once again, I'd like to urge you to stay safe and stay blessed until we catch up again in our next analysis.